All right. This morning I woke up and I realized that life has an order to it. And I realized that sometimes in business, life can get kind of hectic and be out of order. And it took me going and retreating and coming out to this beautiful cabin to realize that life was a little bit imbalanced. Um, I was going hard. I mean, really going hard for business. I mean, putting that before everything, before my God, before my family, before it's everything. Because my passion is business, and my desire is to go through and excel and just do whatever I can do to meet those goals. But I realized that just merely having business goals is not my idea of what success looks like. And so this morning, after waking up and giving thanks to God and going through my prayers, I realized that before I touched the business book, before I looked at at a YouTube video, before I started putting the pencil to the paper on some of the things that I'm here for in business, I realized that I had to go through and actually think about my family first. And that's one thing. As an entrepreneur, sometimes we go through and look at the bigger picture. We look at the top of the mountain and not realize the journey of getting to the top of the mountain. And it takes family, it takes friends, it takes relationships. And so one of the things I did this morning was I picked up a book that I always had, The Five Love Languages of Children. I definitely have the five love languages for relationship, but definitely I have a son and a daughter now. So the game has changed a little bit. And it's very important for them to know that they are important along this journey, because what I'm doing is not just for me. It's just not for my wife. It's for the legacy of my family. And they are part of that legacy and that heritage to come. And so it was very important for me to go through and revisit this book, to go through and really start to understand that love language that each one of my children have, or that is developing within them, so that I know how to properly communicate with them, how to properly show and express love to them. Because I think a lot of times in business, we go through and we know how to communicate with our co-workers or our individuals that we're selling to, or whatever type of business we're in. But that the parts that matter the most is just that part that comes to that home environment. Those little ones that are so innocent, those little ones that really can care less about what you're doing out there to change the world, because they only need that hug. They only want that kiss. They only want that time. And that's one thing that I went to, and I had to go back and revisit the five love languages for children, because I see the different areas that I have a deficit in that I need to start actually investing more time in. And as entrepreneurs, it's very important that we recognize that, because again, all this stuff it's gonna go away. Eventually one day we're gonna get older. Eventually one day, who cares about the money or whatever? But what really matters the most is the children and the legacy and what's imparted within them. So as an entrepreneur, as a dad, as a leader, it is my responsibility. It's your responsibility to go through and invest in your children. And so that's one reason why I decided this morning, before I pick up any business book, read anything, put anything to paper about my business, I had to put the priorities first, God first, then family. And that's one reason why I picked up the five love languages for children, to go through and really go through and take a deeper dive into understanding the languages that I need to speak. It's my responsibility to go through and speak these languages to my children. These children are innocent. They don't know about all this stuff. They just want to be loved. They want to be hugged. They want to be cuddled. They want that time. They want that expression of love. And it's my responsibility, it's our responsibilities to go through and fill their love tank up. And so that's one thing that I chose to do this morning. Besides going through and checking emails and all this other stuff, put that to the side. It's my time to go to invest time into learning their love language, and then let the actions follow the things that I'm learning, because that's going to be ultimately what's going to determine if I actually am a successful parent, is what I'm learning. Am I actually putting that into action? So I want to encourage you as an entrepreneur. Yes, we have to go through and learn finances. Yes, we have to understand and learn marketing and operations and strategies, etc. But don't forsake this time. Don't forsake this little time. We only have a little time to ingrain and impart those things that are valuable, that are the most valuable. And that's that time. That's the lessons that we can teach our children. Those are the things that really matter the most. So again, I want to encourage you on this morning, as you go through and actually think about your business, as you go through and plot out the next year, next 5 years, don't forget those individuals that are most importantly. Don't forget your structure: God, family, and then business, and then others. So those are the things that I see that I'm doing this morning. I'm curious to go through and hear some things that you're doing to go through and spend that quality time with your children, or to show those or give those words of affirmation, whatever that love language is. I'm very curious to see how you do it as an entrepreneur. Guys, hey, this is new to me. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, so I'm a student to this right here. But I just want to encourage you all, as I become a student, likewise, you become a student and you learn those things, and we can learn and grow together, both personally and professionally. All right, leave some comments below. Let me know how you are actually handling parenting while being a successful entrepreneur, and so that I can learn from you. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.